In this video, I'll be giving you an easy guide to getting the upgraded wonder weapon Gorgofex N inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies DLC 4 Reckoning. There's still one other upgrade we're finishing up right now, so stay locked to the channel for the final Gorgofex guide, a complete guide for all three, and an Easter egg tutorial coming very soon. Also, shout out to ZoneX for the help on a couple of these steps, so a link to his channel will be in the description below. Go check him out. Obviously, the first step to upgrading Gorgofex is to get the base version of Gorgofex himself. If you already know how to do this, you can skip past this. There'll be timestamps in the description below. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up the map and activate Pack-a-Punch. You have to get to the top of the second tower, activate the particle accelerator, and then you should be able to start the Gorgofex upgrade. But Pack-a-Punch is for sure the first step. Once you've got Pack-a-Punch opened, return to the T1 Mutant Research Lab to find two flashing computers. One is behind Richtofen's family, and the other is to the left of Deadshot. Each of these computers displays a unique word flashing in green text. In my game, the words were bellicose and pejorative. What you're going to want to do is combine the first letters of both of these words to form an element found on the periodic table. So again, in my game, I had bellicose and pejorative, which gives you BP, but BP is not an element on the periodic table. PB, however, is. So again, bellicose and pejorative will give you PB, which is an element on the periodic table. So once you know what element you have to then look at the periodic table to figure out its elemental atomic number, which PB for me, again, it's different in every game, but mine was 82. Next, you're going to want to add a 0 to the beginning of that number to create a 3-digit code. So once again, last time, just to be clear here, the words in my game were bellicose and pejorative, which gave me the element PB, which had an elemental number of 82. It sounds really tough, but guys, trust me, it's not. Once you figure it out and once you do this one time, you're gonna have no problem doing this in the future. But again, the goal here is to create a 3-digit code. So if you don't have a triple-digit element, all you have to do is add a 0 to the beginning. Now, once you have that 3-digit code, take it to the top of the laboratory and use it to open up the locked door to this secret lab. Once you've gotten into the locked laboratory, every so often, weakening a zombie will cause a vermin to spawn from that zombie. Once a vermin spawns on the map, you must lead it over to the test tube, weaken it, and you'll see it'll be sucked up into a portal right in front of the test tube. Repeat this with 2 more vermin, and after all 3 vermin have been sucked up, repeat this same exact step again with 3 zombies. So again, once you kill the 3 vermin, it'll be sucked up into a portal, then kill 3 zombies, those will be sucked up into the portal, and then from there you can actually pick up the cyst that's inside of the test tube. Next, head to the Quantum Computing Lab and allow the cyst to suck the etheric floral health from 3 specific ether trees inside of this area. They're all within this very area, so all you have to do is walk around. You'll know you're at a tree when you pull out the cyst itself and it starts sucking up the yellow plants. All you have to do is suck all of the energy out of that individual tree, move on to the next one, repeat this for 3 total trees, and after you have all 3, you'll notice that the cyst has actually been evolved in your inventory. Again, once you've got all 3 trees completely sucked up, head up to the T2 Dark Entity Containment Room for one of the best Easter egg steps of all time. Once you're inside the T2 Dark Entity Containment Room, aka the Forsaken Room, there's going to be 4 different computers you have to interact with to activate a power surge, but every time you activate a computer, you have limited time to activate the next one. This is super easy to do. They're all on the main floor. All you have to do is activate one and then run around and hit the other 3. But once you hit all 4 in short succession, electricity will shoot into the Forsaken containment ball, which will spawn an Uberklaus. You then have to take out each of the shoulder pads of the Uberklaus and lead them onto the pressure plate pad in front of the Forsaken. The Uberklaus will stand there, become electrocuted, and eventually possessed by the Forsaken and become an HVT that you then have to take out. The HVT isn't too difficult, but it's super sick to see the Forsaken get merged with an Uberklaus. And once you kill the Forsaken, it'll drop blood that you then have to interact with to fuse the crystal with. When you combine the blood and the cyst, Gorgofex will be spawned in front of you to pick up. Guys, this is easily one of the coolest lore moments in COD Zombies history, seeing this Forsaken be sucked up by an Uberklaus, which turns into a wonder weapon. Now that you've gotten Gorgofex, it's time to upgrade him to Gorgofex N. Make your way up to the executive suites and interact with this door to talk to Blanchard. He'll instruct you to go find some goodies around the map, and you're going to want to head down to the Quantum Computing Lab to pick up the Straus counter, which will be on the big ether reactor in the middle of the room. Next, make your way to the android assembly, looking for the area with the high ether reactor energy. If you make your way over to the elevator, you should be able to find this in the barricade to your right. Once you find this area and you can see the Straus counter going crazy, use a charged Gorgofex shot at the box inside of this room to obtain the vial. Next, return to the previously locked keypad room where you got the cyst originally and collect the clean hood, which is in the back left corner of the room right where there's a down scientist. All you have to do is just pick it up and it'll be in your quest items. Now, there's a few more items you're gonna have to pick up. The first is a PC fan, which is in the back of the Forsaken room. It's located to the left of the Arsenal station. There's also a wire and tubing you'll have to pick up outside of the quantum computer area. This is by the back corner of the map. And with all of those items collected, upgrade, return to Blanchard's door and assemble the device. Once the device is assembled, insert the vial to the device, and you'll have a 1.5-minute lockdown, which is actually pretty tough, especially if you're in a higher round, so definitely be braced for this. I don't know how it is on lower rounds, but I did this in the mid-20s. It was definitely pretty tough at the beginning. Hopefully you have a field upgrade ready to go. Hopefully you have some decoys. This will take a bit of time to get done, but it's a little challenging, so make sure you're ready to go for this one. As soon as the lockdown's over, Blanchard's life force will be sucked into the device where you'll be able to pick that up and return back to the original locked door where you first picked up the cyst. You can then craft the Gorgofex N, which is the explosive, toxic version of the Gorgofex. It's pretty good. I'm hoping the other one's a little bit better because this one's a little bit weak, but that's how you get Gorgofex N, guys. We're going to be working on the second Gorgofex upgrade. Right now, that video will be coming soon, like I mentioned earlier previously in the video. After that's done, we'll have a complete breakdown for all 3 versions of the Gorgofex so that you can get it in one place as well, so you don't have to keep video hopping. And then later on tonight, we'll have the full Easter egg tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more Black Ops 6 Zombies content. Peace.